My name is Eleanor. I've lived 82 years on this earth. Time has painted silver streaks through my hair and carved deep memories into my skin. My steps are slower now, but my mind, sharp as ever. Life wasn't easy when I was young. Those difficult years shaped who I became. I poured everything into building my business, empire decades of sacrifice, sweat, and determination. Today, I'm wealthy beyond measure. The company I built from nothing now towers over the industry. But here's the truth nobody talks about. Money can't fill an empty heart. I reside in a mansion that echoes with silence. My relatives visit, sure, but their smiles never quite reach their eyes. There's no warmth, no genuine connection, just cold calculation. They're counting down the days until I'm gone. That's the brutal reality I face every single morning. Each afternoon, I settle into my favorite chair near the tall window. From there, I observe everything happening below in the courtyard. My adult children, Robert and Patricia, they gather by the fountain. Their eyes drift toward my collection of luxury vehicles lined up in the driveway. Their conversations, always about inheritance, about assets, about what they'll claim after I'm no longer breathing. They assume I'm too old, too frail, too deaf to notice. What fools they are. I catch every whispered word that floats up to my window. One afternoon, Robert's voice cut through the air like ice. Mother's ancient now, fragile, won't be much longer before we're finally free and wealthy. Those words, they shattered something inside me. How does a mother survive hearing her own son wish for her death? I wanted to scream, to sob, but I held still, silent, just watching. For months, I believed there was one exception. One person who truly cared, my granddaughter, Sarah. She arrives every week Tuesday and Saturday, without fail. Never mentions money. Never glances at the expensive paintings or jewelry displayed throughout the house. Instead, she sits close beside me. She reads aloud from novels. She holds my wrinkled hand and talks about her week, her dreams, her struggles. But then Patricia started poisoning that well too. She'd burst into my bedroom, face twisted with suspicion and rage. "Mother, you're being manipulated." She'd hiss, "Sarah's performing. She's after your fortune just like everyone else. She's just cleverer about it." Patricia would lean in close, voice dripping with false concern. "Please, Mother, be cautious. Don't let Sarah fool you." I never responded. Just stared at the wallpaper until she left. But her words planted seeds of doubt in my heart. Was Sarah genuine? Or was I the naive old fool everyone assumed I'd become? I needed answers. Real answers. So I designed a dangerous test that would reveal everyone's true nature. I summoned them all for an urgent family gathering. Every single one showed up within hours: Robert, Patricia, and Sarah. The excitement on their faces was barely concealed. They thought this was it. The reading of the will, perhaps. Early inheritance. Their golden ticket. I rose slowly from my chair, gripping the table's edge for support. My gaze swept across their expectant faces. Then I dropped the bomb. "I have devastating news," I began, my voice deliberately weak and trembling. "The business collapsed. Poor investments. Catastrophic losses. Everything gone." Silence crashed over the room like a tidal wave. "I sold this estate yesterday," I continued. "Needed to cover debts. Tomorrow, I must vacate. I'm destitute now. Nothing left except the clothing on my back and one worn suitcase." The transformation was instantaneous. Smiles melted away, replaced by horror and fury. Robert shot to his feet, chair clattering backward. His face flushed crimson with rage, not concern, but pure, selfish anger. No embrace, no words of comfort. Just venom. "Impossible. How could you be so incompetent? You've destroyed us. I despise you for this." He stormed out, the door crashing behind him with such force the walls shook. I turned toward Patricia. She couldn't meet my gaze. Her jaw clenched tight, eyes fixed on the floor. "Can I stay with you?" I asked softly. "I'm homeless, elderly, unwell. Please, I need help." She examined her fingernails for the longest moment. The request clearly disgusted her, but others were watching. Maintaining appearances mattered. "Fine," she finally muttered. "You can come. Temporarily. My place isn't spacious. Don't expect to stay long." I gathered my belongings, just one small, battered suitcase, then followed her to her modest apartment across town. The next 48 hours revealed her true character completely. Patricia ignored me, prepared no meals, offered no medication. Doors slammed constantly, rattling the thin walls. I was treated like garbage, an unwanted burden, draining her resources. On the third morning, Patricia confronted me in the cramped living area. Exhaustion and resentment etched across her features. "You can't remain here, Mother," she stated flatly. "This apartment is too confined. 3 people won't work. You're consuming our groceries, costing us money we don't have." The words struck like physical blows. My own daughter, my flesh and blood, casting me aside like trash. "Where am I supposed to go?" My voice cracked. "I'm your mother. Please don't abandon me now." She pointed toward the exit, unmoved by my tears. "I contacted a facility today. They'll accept you. It's affordable. You leave immediately." I gathered my strength and stood, though my legs trembled. My chest felt hollow. I picked up my shabby suitcase with shaking hands. As I shuffled toward the door, it suddenly swung open. Sarah stood there, breathless. She'd overheard everything from the hallway. Her eyes locked on mine, then shifted to her mother with blazing intensity. "No," Sarah's voice rang with authority I'd never heard before. "You will not do this. She's our grandmother. Sending her to some institution. That's absolutely heartless." Patricia's response was immediate and harsh. "We lack space. She has 0 income. She's become a liability. She leaves today." End of discussion. Sarah crossed the room in 3 quick strides. She gently grasped my arm, then turned to face her mother directly. "She takes my bedroom," Sarah declared. "I'll manage with the couch. I'll increase my work shifts. I'll handle her expenses personally. She stays with me. That's final." The entire room held its breath. Patricia gaped at her daughter in disbelief. I stared too, tears streaming freely down my weathered cheeks. This girl, this beautiful soul loved me. Actually loved me. Not my wealth. Not what I could provide. Just me. A genuine smile spread across my face for the first time in years. I slowly set my old suitcase on the coffee table, every eye fixed on it, this worn, dirty, seemingly worthless bag. "Sarah," I said clearly, my voice suddenly strong again. "Open this for me. There's something inside that belongs to you now." Sarah unzipped it carefully. Her expression transformed to shock. Patricia gasped audibly and rushed closer. The suitcase wasn't packed with threadbare clothing. It overflowed with cash bundles of $100 bills. Gold jewelry sparkled between the stacks. Legal documents proving ownership of properties, stocks, accounts. Millions upon millions of dollars. Patricia lunged for the money, hands outstretched greedily. "Oh, Mother. You do have wealth. This was all some cruel joke. Of course you can stay here forever. We adore you, we always have." I snapped the suitcase shut before she could touch anything. My eyes, once soft and vulnerable, now turned to steel. "No," I said firmly. "You don't love me. You love this." I tapped the suitcase. "You failed, Patricia. Failed completely. I never lost my fortune. The company thrives. I staged everything, every word, every moment has a test. I wasn't searching for someone to take my money. I was searching for someone with a genuine heart." I turned fully toward Sarah and took her hands in mine. I placed the heavy suitcase into her arms, Tears spilled down her cheeks as understanding dawned. Sarah, this is yours now, all of it. You're inheriting my company. You'll become its leader. You passed the only test that ever mattered. You proved your heart is pure. We left that cramped apartment together. Sarah and we returned to the mansion where I truly belonged. Behind us, Patricia stood frozen on the sidewalk, face contorted in anguish. She'd gambled everything on greed and lost completely. Today, Sarah runs my empire brilliantly. She's compassionate yet shrewd, hardworking yet kind. The company flourishes under her guidance. I live out my remaining years in comfort and most importantly surrounded by authentic love. I'm 82 years old now, yes, but I've never been happier. In the end, I discovered what matters most. Real love cannot be purchased at any price. Kindness and integrity are infinitely more precious than gold. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like the video and share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe to English Reflections for more simple stories and daily motivation. Until next time, keep learning, keep believing, and keep moving forward. Your best days are coming. Stay blessed.